Hello, everyone. Welcome to, if anyone's here yet, I'm not sure that you are. Maybe I'll save the welcomes for a few seconds. But welcome to a season 14, already 14 season Discord League Cup matchup, round of 64. So, first round for these players. We have, oh my God, we have 99-minute timers on each side, not required by Cup and hopefully not indicative of the game. So, we're leaping right into it. We see Nyx flop get Eugenia, not that great early, very costly character, so he buys the Ethereal Dream with one, who's an excellent early game. Kakita-San answers with the Guest of Honor and the Callow Delegate. I'll hopefully remember to take a quick break in between rounds here and pop over and take a look at the deck list. There are a little bit of spice, pretty stock deck lists, but for these players, but there are some interesting sort of twists that are good to know. So, okay, so we jump into the conflict phase here. Bid 5, no surprise. I mean, this is Crane and Phoenix. It would shock and surprise me to see anything else. Um, and hits Magistrate Station off the top. Imperial Dreamer goes on Earth. Good choice. Void might have also been, or even Fire. We see the way the Crane on Guest of Honor. So, I mean, there are some attachments in Nick's deck. Clean Cloud, which would help him maybe possibly win this, but certainly this flop. Oh, I didn't even notice this flop for Crane. Whew. We have a Yoshi waiting in the wings, although he set all this fate of the first turn. And now he's got a Calor Delegate, which isn't going to honor much, but so c'est la vie. He does have a flipped Magistrate Station. We see a Tattoo Wanderer come down and attempt to win this ring. So let's see. He needs an additional. Wow. Yeah, not even winning. See what Nyx is going to do to get over the hump to win this Earth Ring. Breaking seems a long way off because we have a Guest of Honor at 6, so he would need to get to 11 to break. Shrine Maiden comes down. Shrine Maiden looks to be well, she's okay. Supernatural Storm. She can be a lot more fickle, but pops a Assassination and a Fine Katana. Certainly the Fine Katana may have been welcome. That's 6-6, so he wins the Earth Ring. Hand sizes now 3 in favor of the Crane. The Phoenix. But Magistrate Station is flipped up with an honored Guest of Honor, so that can't be welcome for the Phoenix player. One thing I did notice looking at the deck list is that Phoenix is, Favor, as you would guess, is going to be very important, and certainly bears out in this matchup. Usually in this game too, there's a total of 4 Censures in the deck, 3 for the Phoenix player and 1. And there's obviously Yoshi, who we see right off the top there, and Kanjo District. So the battle for Favor is going to be ever present and ongoing, I would think. Okay, we see a Delegate making a little political poke on top of authority. The Guest of Honor is waiting just to handle any sort of threat that comes to try to threaten her Magistrate Station. Going to see what Nyx wants to do with his second conflict. Calor Delegate wins that ring, voids off the Ethereal Dreamer. Good choice, one of the best 1-drops in the game, so not having it stick around an additional turn, plus a Shigenja to pump up that Storm that we know is in hand, at least one. Yeah, that's what I find is helpful, quote unquote. Not that anything handles Phoenix that well. It's just try to clean off their favor the Void Ring to clean off as many Shigenja as you can, knowing that each one's gonna be probably +2, +3, etc. across conflicts coming up in the future. And it looks like Kakita-San's thinking about doing just that. Clears off the Dreamer. Guest of Honor. So next passes conflict, no characters available. He does have 1 more Tattoo Wanderer and 2 more Shrine Maidens, but even if they're in his hand, he may not want to invest so much into this turn. Guest of Honor finds Shameful Display. Now, Fameful Ground is nice. At least you'll get the effect, which, not having a Guest of Honor in the second turn, an Honored Guest of Honor, and a Magistrate Station is pretty nice. So a free Dishonor there is pretty welcome, although it's likely Shameful Display is not going to make it through this round. But oh, no, it's a military. Ah, okay. Sorry, Politico was already done by the Calo delegate, of course, because it's 0 military. So it looks like Shameful Display has an okay chance making it, since the Bonsai was used on the first round. The Earthring hit a let go. I missed that. So Nyx's Earthring win previously at Magistrate Station did hit a let go, which is pretty big in terms of the whole embrace consumed disgustingness that Phoenix is probably going to try to pull off at some point. Although there are enough cancels. Ah, speak of the devil. There's embrace. No consume coming this turn, but certainly there's a little extra economy that I bet the Crane player wish the Phoenix player did not have. So, going into the next round, I mean, Crane only has a 1 fate guest of honor coming out of it, and down 3 fate, but Phoenix only has a tattoo wander, and the showing, we have an honored guest of honor as well, re-honored. Oh, the Calo delegate, of course. Oh, Calo delegate, there you go. I spoke ill of him, and then he just fixed that whole shameful situation. So, Crane's looking pretty sweet here. He's got the favor, got Yoshi, but he's only got 7 fate. I wonder if he's going to invest in the Yoshi this turn. I mean, obviously very tempting, but then you're really under pressure to do a lot in the next couple turns with this big fade investment you're making, because Phoenix is up 4. He does. Yoshi 2. Is Nyx going to be super aggressive and pass here? Seems pretty dangerous, because 2 breaks wouldn't be that hard. Not a lot of conflict characters in the Phoenix deck. Sorry, I didn't do my promised check the to the deck list, but these players are moving fairly quickly. Hopefully there'll be a break between 2 and 3 here, or maybe even now. Let's go check a deck list while they're purchasing. We'll try to catch up. Okay, we have the Crane deck list. Keeper of Fire, Keeper of Air, sorry. So access to Soulbound Reproach, of which there is 2. He's going the Cloud route, so 6 attachments. I don't know. Chat can let me know how they feel about this. Now with all the attachment hate just running around and how important that is, 6 just doesn't seem like hardly any of them are going to stick, but especially not the Clouds. To support the Clouds too, there's 2 Chikadaka, 3 Mystics, and 2 Storytellers. And now as a crab player for a long time, having 9 Shigenja trying to run Clouds, and some of them are even conflict characters, it's still got a little dicey. So we'll see if that comes into play, like if we can get those Clouds to stick. The problem being, of course, buying a Kadaka into 6 against the waves is probably not going to happen. So you're really just relying on the 3 Mystics and the 2 Storytellers as something you can actually buy. There's that Censure. A lot of 2-ofs in this deck, which is fine. Just something you don't always see, like Fabled Ground, Storehouse, 2/2. And then on the conflict side, there's like 2 Tattoo Wanderers, 2 Steward of Law, 2 Political Rival. All the attachments are 2s. That sort of thing. Maybe that's some anti-Phoenix tech. But, okay, flip back. How do we go? Oh, we got a Sakuni. So this is one of the interesting things on Nyx's list that I noticed I haven't got to yet. Is he's got Sakuni. Sakuni in Cutenasawa. And there she is. All five rounds of her sticking around. So Phoenix is playing a longer game right now in terms of board state versus Crane's sort of trying to go a little more up tempo, because their board's certainly not going to last nearly as long. There are 2 Noble Sacks in the Crane deck with no Mark of Shames to support them. So we'll see if he's able to get those off. Yoshi's heading into a unknown province. Makes sense, because he wants... the bids were... Oh, very interesting. Nyx's bid was 1 to Crane's bid of 5. I mean, he had the card advantage. I guess takes some honor now. Sakune is certainly sort of indicative of a dishonor deck. I don't think this is a dishonor deck. I don't see a lot of other pieces to go along with that, but maybe he's just trying to put some honor pressure on. Of course, with Yoshi unclouded, you can, and no Shigenja right now to cloud it, you can certainly start bidding 1 and still have a lot of cards in the future. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, Seeker of Air, ching ching, rakes in the dough here. 1 off the Seeker trigger, going to be 1 off. If anyone can chat, I'm getting paranoid. Can people hear me? Sound okay? Look okay? Etc. If anyone in chat can just drop me a quick message that everything's copacetic, as it were, 5x5, etc. So Yoshi's plowing into... plays the Soul Beyond Reproach, gets honored Yoshi out of it. That's never a bad thing. Having to pay 1, not great, but he gets the break. Needs that extra military pump. Oh, Imperial Palace gets chucked. That would have been a nice flip for Nick's next turn, so good to see that gone. Sakune, so I would think military would be a good choice for her. I mean, she has a big advantage. Obviously, Nyx has got to be thinking about getting rid of that magistrate station as soon as he can. But Guest of Honor prowling all the time to guard it can be difficult. We'll see if Kakita-San has a conflict character, because with only 2 characters on the board in a province he desperately wants to defend, I only see a conflict character being able to achieve a second poke, and obviously Sakune wants rings to go unclaimed. Yep, Guest of Honor is defending against. I mean, this is sort of a quote-unquote economic win for Nyx here. I mean, he's got a 1-cost conflict character being defended by, you know, an invested in Guest of Honor. I'm sure he doesn't serious about, and he's winning by default. So it's all not bad situation, because now Guest is going to have to actually invest to win this conflict. It is an air conflict. I don't see Crane being too worried about being at 6 honor, but you know, it's cash too. He took the fate, which just means that he's expending his economic lead more. He's got a longer lasting board. Well, yes and no. I mean, certainly Zakuni will last longer, but the Guest and Yoshi will both be around next round, which is pretty big. So air ring claimed by Nyx. I mean, which rings are claimed? Oh, yeah. So the Guest of Honor is registered by Magistrate Station. I wonder, interesting. So he's leaving the Magistrate Station open, at least as far as we can tell. Oh, Sakuni defends fertile fields. It would be awfully tempting, personally, depending on what's in Nyx's hands, to try to use Sakune to break that Magistrate Station, just give up the second break. But Nyx is a very good player. I'm sure he's got all kinds of schemes going forward here. We see a 4 shame. Obviously, you don't dishonor Sakune. What's the point of not bowing? Oh, we get a court games now. I suppose you could have. I mean, the court games. Did you need to play the 4 shame there? Because the court games and 4 shame essentially do the same thing. Make a 0/0 defender. So I might have opened up with the court games, but maybe I'm missing something here. I don't know. Chat can let me know if they think otherwise. No message from chat. Am I just talking to myself here? Just to see if the volumes and stuff are okay. Maybe I'll post in a moment or two. Post a comment to see if, because obviously if you can't hear me, can't answer me either. Oh, it was water rings. Sorry, yeah, duh. Water rings exist. You don't only need Magistrate Station to stand characters. So yeah, Guest of Honor water ring made total sense. Gives you a massive defender. Sorry, just catching up a little bit here. I'm wondering. Okay, thank you, Bart of Zeus. Oof, glory count of 8-1. Crane, ever glorious, ever in control of the Imperial Palace. Sakune gets some juicy rings though. She gets Earth Ring and Fire Ring. Pretty nice, getting some Sakune value there. Okay, actually, let's jump into I'll come back. Let's jump into the other deck before I forget, and some of the stuff about it. So there are some interesting things about that. I mean, you saw the Sakune, which is one of the more interesting things. A little 3 naive students. I mean, it's a very good card. I've seen it go in and out and drop down in decks, in Phoenix decks. I've seen it disappear in some cases, just because, you know, it's not casting spells, not throwing fireballs all over the place. So holding size, 13 holdings. That's crab level. That's crazy crab level holdings. I mean, all okay, although only 1 could shine. I usually see 2 or more. I mean, because, you know, Phoenix, the Kami love us so much that the only counter to us is us. Yeah, obviously Secluded Shrine for some synergy with the cards, but dealing with Tadaka. But yeah, the 3 storehouses, 3 Forgotten Libraries. So maybe that does have like a dishonor element, bid 1 and just use these for card draw. It's got a Walking the Way, a little spicy. Only 1 Clarity Purpose. I mean, I've splashed for 3 Clarity Purposes before another, so that's a bit of a surprise to me. Such a good card. But you know when you have a plethora of stands anyway. And then you got the Embrace. You got the one Goblin Sneak, no Ninos, Assassination, three Censures, but no Ancient Masters to back it up. So seems, and only one Secluded Shrine. So seems a bit, I don't know, ambitious, I guess, optimistic about the Censures, and not really having cards to try to grab them other than the Palace. And super high glory characters, I guess. Sakuni doesn't have to attack, and she's like a bit better than a Palace. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Part of this, he bid one again, so he bid one last turn, so both characters dropped. I mean, the thing is, he's going into a Yoshi with favor, so he's managing his cards very well. He's now got a Forgotten Library. I mean, he's still up on cards, but Yoshi's gonna keep being able to just like suck it. So we see a 2-Fate Toshimoko. We are up 2 breaks. So this is starting. Yeah, Kakita-San is just leaning into the sort of I'm on a clock. I got advantage right now. I'm gonna push it until I win. Um, I would have thought about 3-fating that Toshimoko myself, just in case. There's Void Rings, etc., etc. Just don't want him to leave too early. But he's got the Magistrate Station, so it's like an extra whole character every turn, which I'm sure Phoenix is not loving. But hey, stands are good. People love stands. When other clans have them, they're annoying to Phoenix, I hope. Especially when they're free, basically. Guards with, I guess so. Yes, yeah, I guess he's Toshimoko. Yeah, I mean that conflict was not destined for that Shrine Maiden to win gloriously. So Fire Ring's claimed. Still no Clouds played. I mean, Clouding this Yoshi, I mean, he's only going to be around for 2 more rounds now, but still, Clouding the Yoshi, that's 6 cards, because the Palace doesn't seem to be going anywhere. We'll see and you think you would have clouded prior to that attack, so just in case Yoshi defended. But certainly there'll be a lot of clouds available for future characters coming up. From the Crane side, look, okay, so he's got not great choices for attacking. I mean, Shameful Display with Sakuni waiting, probably not going to break that. That's going to be hard. So you go into Upholding, I guess, and just say, oh well, lose some cards. Oh no, heads into Shameful Display. Yowza. Okay. Interesting. That not what I thought he'd pick. Military. Now he's not going to be able to stand Yoshi. Oh, okay. Political. But he's going to be facing off at least just off the province, possibly an 8-strength Sakune. Of course, that means Sakune can't stand without a water ring for favor, but I mean, Honored Sakune, yeah, okay, so heavy defense for Cloud. There's the Cloud the Mine on Yoshi. See if there's a let go. One let go, I think, was lost to the Earth Ring. And I think a let go, I mean, there's still 2 Embrace of Voids out there and the Consumed, but Voice of Honor is way turned on. Although it won't be after this. I don't know if I would, yeah, letting that go seems a little dangerous. There, 2-way the cranes have been used. No, only 1-way the crane. Okay, only 1-way the crane, only 1 court game. So Yoshi could get honored again. But still, he's facing up against 8 to 11. And this is the Void Ring, too. Whew. Man, Kakita-San, he's got a big job for Yoshi. Yoshi, you're going to attack into Atsuko, and you're going to attack into Shameful Display. So automatically let's see. Atsuko's 2, 3, and Shameful Display is a 7. So there was a 10 skill swing just on board from this attack. Seems crazy. Yeah. Yes, Stexora, he did. You see that a lot. I see that more and more. I see that more often than not, and I think it's correct to not take the 1 fate from the passing fate, although it's a little better than 1 fate because yeah, characters are worth more than 1 to stick around. But to deny 2 fate, deny a fate to your opponent, it's like a 2 fate swing versus taking your dupe. So often see people don't take the dupe, especially if it's very likely your opponent won't. So in that case, Kakita-san was almost assuredly gonna. So we see Clarity Purpose, the singular Clarity Purpose being played on Shikibu Sukune, which makes sense. She's an 8/8 character. That Voice of Honor cancels it. Toshimoko got the, I was talking, got the soul beyond reproach on Toshimoko to, oh, some costly honoring, quote unquote. I mean, you're not worried too much about a character being dishonored here either, although Sukune's fire rings will do it. So yeah, Sukune is not going to be available to be standing. That's a sort of a win. Nyx plays court games to dishonor Yoshi. That would have turned off some. Perhaps maybe he should have done that before the clarity of purpose, because that means you'd have to voice the court games or not. The but you know, that's the way it goes. Or he could have just court games to court games often as well. So that shameful was used. So maybe that was the goal of that. Oh, now we just now we have a 3 strength guest of honor attack to try to take a. Well, yes, against the waves is a thing. I hear that. I hear that Phoenix plays a few. So now they have a character. Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know how chat feels like. I just can't imagine what was in the hand of the Crane player that shameful was better than upholding. Honestly, upholding just okay. So maybe you lose 3 cards. So that's the absolute worst that you couldn't get rid of. I don't think so. Two cards just doesn't seem worth not getting the break there because of the huge swing. And anyway, that's my opinion. But you know, in the heat of the game, and I miss a lot of things, and I'm trying to cast and stuff like that. So back into that magistrate station. So Nexus's board is going to be pretty big going to next turn. I think Crane, personally, I mean, they can taste it, right? They can taste the victory, especially if we were to just knock out that upholding, because now we're into bid 1 situations. Your hand's got to be, and the hand size disparity is coming. Oh, because Yoshi's clouded, not fix it. And then oh, Stewart comes down. Is he gonna have another character for Fan gets dropped? We're battling over the Earth Ring. Okay. So now he's not going to have a conflict character for his next attack. Oh, sorry. Toshimoko got standard. Yes. Toshimoko can go crush something. Makes total sense. So this is a battle over the cards, which is a big deal at this point. I mean, that will take, the Earth Ring will take 5 down to 5. And Kunisao, of course, gives inherent card advantage, so it's even bigger than the 7 cards it shows. So Toshimoko, I guess Air Ring makes a lot of sense here. Just shore up that honor, plus gives Sukune only the Water Ring, which is sad Sukune often. Water Ring. Oh, we see another against the waves. Noble Sacrifice was discarded by the Earth Ring, so don't have to worry about that, although that situation was not set up at all right now. So we get some pretty seriously statted characters on Phoenix's side. Like I said, going next turn, Crane, I think, might have to think about taking like a setup turn. I don't know if they can push through these characters to win, but they are up ahead 2 province breaks, so they might have to slow it down and try to win later. I don't know. I'll suit you. Because if they push too hard and their board like all disappears, when there's that honor Atsuko still left, could be bad from there on out. Really bad. So we're going Toshimoko military 7 into Atsuko, who's military 5 on Shameful Display. Big hand disparity. Personally, I don't see this breaking. Oh, it's a Water Ring too. I guess for favor doesn't really matter. Because that's going to give the Air Ring to Sukune. Again, not a huge deal, but we'll take Crane down to 5. I guess they have a Guest of Honor leaving back up to 6, so. Dexara saying he'd like water on the previous one to stand up Sukune. Yeah, that's true. And then you would have got the ring anyway? The Earth Ring? Yeah, that makes it. Well, no, then Crane probably would have taken Earth, but still. I think I agree with you, Dexora, that we use Emit Defeat. There we go. The always ever-present spicy one of Emit Defeat, it seems like in Crane, pops up. Toshimoko knows what he's doing. Just don't fight Toshimoko, you just admit defeat. Okay, well maybe, forget what I said before. Now we're on the box. I guess it's time to go for blood. Although, again, as a sort of in my heart crab player, always thinking the long game. Never ever try to win. You just got to try to hang out as long as possible. But I guess if you're up 3 breaks to 1, you should use your advantage. Okay, so Yoshi gets readied, so we get another huge sort of glory win for Crane. There's an attached Embrace the Void on Toshimoko. Of course, if you overinvest and you can't stop the 5 fires, which you should be able to. I mean, you still have 2 voices and you have a censure, so you still have 3 live cancels, I believe, for the Crane. Oh no, the censure was used or lost. I think it was lost to Earthring or something. Apologies to the listeners if I missed when it was used. So he's got 2 more live cancels. He might not have them. Oh, Kanjo pops up on a Broken Province. That's good to see. Ancestral Shrine, which is I missed talking about. That's one of the things. You gain an honor. Okay, is this an honor rocket deck? So Dix has got everything going on here. So you can return 1 Aurora Ring. So maybe it's anti-Scorpion tech or something. So this is one of those 13 holders, singular. The Ancestral Shrine, you don't see always. Yoshi dupe, a timely Yoshi dupe. Poor man's reprieve there. Kadaka, I would think about just, I don't know. You could buy the guest because you're on box. Yeah, that's true. And if she doesn't go clouded, or you can let go of the cloud, then you got a really good situation. But you are facing off against Korimori, which can switch to Void. So, I mean, I guess you got to try to break it sometime. But because Atsuko's here, and it can be switched to Void, that's +6. Probably still want to go political, so you can take the students. So it's like 8, 13, 15, 18 on this side, and then after Atsuko, and then 7, 12, 16, 13. So it's like 18 to 13 political Void attack. I mean, Crane may be able to overcome that because of Guest of Honor, doing some bowing and stuff, but hard to bow these honored characters. So, we'll see. Okay, Nyx draws 5. Okay, so yeah. Everybody cracks under the pressure of the dishonor when somebody's on their stronghold. It's like, okay, time to get some cards. So, Crane, even the minor pressure was alleviated there. Ancestral Shrine. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Dirty Deeds. You're right. That is very true. You got Sakune, you got some Shrine. Take Sakune to the Shrine. Hope she doesn't burn it down. And, yeah. Of course, that's not fair. She did do the saving at the time, but rally, yep, which Crane knew, so got to go in there. Military air, get rid of that rally situation. Still has to be defended, even if it's switched to political, because hey, Crane. And you can just stand the Toshimoko back up, so. Honor Sakune is always so frightening. So frightening. Grabs a Fate for the Water Ring, which, definitely you want to grab the Fate from the Water Ring. Was taking air, I would have thought about, I mean, Fire or Earth or Void also seems very tempting. I mean, everybody likes the Fate, and you're figuring you're probably not going to win it, but I suppose he had to defend regardless, and it's military, so one of the two big characters had to defend. Tsuko defends, likely some kind of against the wave situation to stand her back up. Oh, it's political. Oh, switch to political. Right. So he did switch it to political. Because Tsuko is much bigger political. Oh, it's not Korimori end of the box. Apologies. My whole rambling from before is based basically on Meta Phoenix, this is not exactly Meta Phoenix. Apologies, everyone. It's Rally. So that whole thing where I was switching to Void Rings and adding up Atsuko and everything, all moot. I hope very interesting for you guys to hear me ramble about that. But yes, I just saw Shameful Display. How could I forget that they're not Secret Void? Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, that changes the equation quite a bit and makes the situation much worse for Phoenix at this juncture. Tattoo Wanderers drop down, so you probably just get a threatening poke attack in. Water makes absolutely a lot of sense to get your big bad Asuko back in there because the political attack's coming. Yeah, Guest of Honor is going to make this a big deal then. Because redoing the simpler math here, we got 8, 13, 17 on political versus if Atsuku does not get stood, which is likely she's going to some way. Oh, it's Earth Ring. Okay, so not even faking out the Water Ring. Water Ring seems. I mean, Earth Ring almost let go, right? Oh, or you just like utterly murder somebody um, for daring to attempt to get the Earth Ring. Um, but Earth Ring, I'd be tempted to just let go because your big characters might be worth more on the card, but who knows? There are bonsais, etc. I suppose you could. Anyway, political 5, 9, 17, and on this side there is 5, 7, 9, 17. So 17 to 70 political. Guest, of course, can make it a big deal. 6 cards to 14. Of course, Phoenix won't be playing a lot of them, some of their attachments, but we'll see if those 6 cards can get 5 strength for the player, for the Crane player. Oh, rival comes down. No fate. This is the rival. No fate is the old. Yeah, I'm trying to win right now. Oh, cloud the mind on rival. I mean, obviously the rival going away next turn hurts, but then again, a cloud being used for sort of one turn benefit also hurts a little bit. We see an ornate fan being pre-played on the naive student. So interesting. I guess he's assuming Crane's going to have some bow effects or something that he can't handle. Oh, he leaves the political rival at home. No, it takes it. Okay. Because Atsuko seemed like a better target for that fan. I mean, just going to stick around one turn longer. I think there's 2 assassin. Oh, second assassination can't be played. Yeah, that's another. Okay, so that's interesting too. I mean, I suppose it was better to assassinate the Tattoo Wanderer threatening an Earth Ring than just the naive student at home, but. In comes 20 strength, 20 political strength. The whole court's coming down to Phoenix Lands to have a discussion here about how they rally causes. I would imagine Box have already used, and there's Singular Clarity's already been used, but there are against the waves, I believe. So one's out of the game, another one has been used. So there could be another against the waves if he wants to make another attack and kill this magistrate. Nyx is probably thinking about how much he needs to defend with. I mean, only 5 cards for Crane, but I wouldn't risk it. I would not risk it by under attacking here, especially since he has a really good chance of having that other against the waves if he just wants to invest the 1 fate to get his attack in and break Magistrate Station once for all, probably. Attacking on Earth, okay, so drops the Embrace of Void he wants to keep for a little more cash. Big econ disparity. Oh, nothing played. Um, hmm. Okay, so interesting. So Crane did not have. I mean, what could he have? Core games would have helped a little bit. He needed 4 more strength. Some for shames, court games, etc. I guess just wasn't able to have any of that stuff he needed. Oh, consumed by 5 fires played because Voice of Honor is currently off and the 1 of Censure is already gone. So that's gonna be a 4 cost Embrace the Void. Sorry, consumed. Oh, that's rough. That is really rough for the Korean player. So we don't get the attack in on Magistrate Station. So, okay, so what are Crane's options here? Very, very rough. Oh, student can't be bound by the box. Thank you, Trexor. Yes, I forgot the Crane box existed there like I do in some of my games. It hasn't been tapped one time in this game, so you can forgive me for not remembering it exists. But yes, it does in fact exist. So yeah, putting it there is way better value than Atsuko. Because then he actually gets to be in the conflict. So, 5 fires. Ouch, 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 ouch. Leaving Phoenix with a much bigger board. 3 fate advantage, 3 cards. But Crane can leverage, I mean, he's up provinces. So, Crane-wise, I think you got to just enter into, like, rebuild mode. Like, one character, say, yep, I can threaten Stronghold. You have to do something about that. I'm just going to buy and invest, buy and invest, buy and invest. There's only, I think all the embraces are gone now. Yep, all the embraces are gone. So, I mean, don't put 5 characters on don't put 5 fate on a single character. Probably not a good idea. But like Toshimoka with 3, kind of thing. Don't buy anything else, etc., etc. Because I don't think you're breaking that stronghold for a while if Phoenix doesn't want to let you. But Phoenix has to start breaking provinces too, unless they want to try to dishonor you. That's a long way to go if you don't want it to happen. Maybe, maybe not. And Phoenix's board is going to leave. I mean, 2 turns, the big heavy hitters will be gone, and next turn it'll be much, much better. So, Nyx full passed. Didn't really want to pass. I mean, he's got a big board. It wouldn't be terrible. I would think about it, but he does need characters to get some breaks done. But he does he's got a lot of quality cheap characters probably, so I could see him buying 2 more at least. Personally, Crane side, I don't know what you guys would do. I might go a little, well, Toshimoka, yeah, having no fate's not great, so. But certainly, yeah, buy Toshimoka, okay. And then try to wait for the board to equalize over time. I just think, because here you might get pretty good chance you get Void Ringed here, and then Toshimoka, yeah, get Void Ringed here, so he's only going to be around this round and the next round, and you're kind of no farther ahead on trying to build a board that's going to be able to challenge a couple rounds down the road. So, yeah, I don't think you can refill. Oh, you can. Oh. But you can't put it face up. I've heard that you can't after manual. Okay, so that little quick correction. Obviously, Jogoku is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome platform, and I'm very grateful that it exists. But there are a few small things that you just can't quite do. So then Nyx passes, maintaining big pool of fate. So certainly, I think, yeah, and if you think Crane's going to do that, take a few turns off, build up its board, then you kind of want to do the opposite of just sort of invest just enough that you need to do to break a province every turn, maybe 2, and don't go all crazy like you got to win in the next turn or 2. Okay, so we head into the conflict phase 4, 5. So bid-wise, Nyx gave the bid of 1, keeping up the honor pressure, amping it up even more. And it's a bid of 3, so hand sizes are roughly equal, but the honor is very much not equal. I mean, if Sukuna gets like an air ring or somebody gets an air ring, these 200 characters are leaving play. Like Nyx is going to be at 19. Big, big, huge Sukuna heading in at Magistrate Station on a political. I mean, and Nyx hasn't played a Censure yet, so he gets favor, I mean, Kanjo threat is gone, but if he gets favor, he's got a lot of cancels probably in his hand. So Toshimoku by himself cannot stop this break right now without some cards. So, and you're down one card. I wonder if the Crane player is going to attempt to defend. Obviously, if you have a way to honor Toshimoku, pretty good chance. But no guest of honor. Guest of honor defending it is obviously super good. I think one supernatural storm has been played. Yes, one supernatural storm. So that's at the very least got that from the box. That's +3. If there's another one in hand, that's another so 6. I mean, I don't. Given what you think's in the Phoenix player's hand, I just don't see how you think you could win this attack. It's watering, which is going to honor Sukune. That's good, I guess, in itself. Yep, there's a no defense. I mean, what? Plays 5 fires. I guess? Sure. I don't know. What does chat think about that? I mean, yes, you get to bow Toshimoku. That's pretty cool. And he goes away 2 turns earlier. I mean, you still have the fate and board advantage. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if you're so rich, you can do this kind of thing. But, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's true. You erased 7 fate investment because his character was bowed. It was purchased. All that stuff. Yeah, yeah. 5 fires is just that broken, really. Actually. I mean, Nyx has obviously done a good job of setting up the situation where he has a big economic advantage and can do that kind of thing and still be up on fate, but it was pretty expensive. Shameful display with the honored Tsuki. Crane. Let's see if Crane has, I mean, a Stewart, I guess, because at least you can take the honor status off Suki and maybe prevent the break. Sukune is going to get, Void Ring doesn't help her. At all here. Tattooed Wanderer, okay, Tattooed Wanderer, it is a military conflict, so dishonoring Suki will allow for this to be a win. But there's got to be Storm, I think, to win this if it wants to. And the box is still available, so box that Storm. Yep, there we go. There's Storm, taking Suki up to +2. Box can take it up to +5. There could be a Bonsai. I believe there's only been one Bonsai. Okay, there's been, yeah, one Bonsai played. So there's 2 Bonsais on. Oh, a fine Katana comes down. Yeah, you want to save Shameful for sure. I mean, at this point, though, Katana's kind of rough when you know there's storms coming and you're going to lose the Katana. I mean, Katana's preventing the break even with the second storm, but I mean, given that Sukune is going to give you ring effects regardless, I don't know. I would have been more tempted to go Void there, just because you have Atsuko's ability if you want. I suppose you can always have Atsuko's ability next turn, etc., with more fate on the Void Ring, but the Void would have given you the fate and kind of just extra I mean, it was undefended, so you're probably thinking there wasn't going to be much to stop Atsuko, but that would give you, she would give you a +2 and a break here. Although there's a lot of investment from Crane here when they're behind. So Fire Ring, yeah, that's true. The Fire Ring, well, it's just earlier, right? Sukune is going to give it to you regardless. And now Sukune is going to give you Air and Earth. Oh, that's true. Air is pretty good. Wow. So Sukune on Air is going to take Crane down to 2 honor. If Sukune does choose Air. I can't see her not choosing Air. Why would you choose Void? Loses Cloud in the Mind, which has been dead in his hand for quite a while. 19 honor to 2. 19 honor. It's pretty good with the 20th on board. But Giant Sukune goes away. Still got Giant Atsuko here and Suki versus Crane. So Crane's lost the Magistrate Station. Obviously, things have really turned around for them. We'll see what the flip is. Everything goes away from Broken Provinces. Ooh. Eugenia and the Suki dupe. So won't be spending a ton of fate either. 2 Kudakas. Let's see against the wave situation. I think Kudaka with a dupe is not. Yeah. She can get against the waved off the box for sure. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, you can buy the Savvy Politician, and I wouldn't. I go into fate saving mode and not invest at all this turn myself, because you still have 2 more provinces in the box before you lose. But Kadaka is purchased and then duped for 1. So, but that gives Eugenia a really, really juicy Void Ring. I suppose Crane should really. Well, it's 2 fate on. I mean, there's no reason for them not to take the Void Ring first and just take it off the table, even if they don't think they can win it. And that'll actually force the Atsuko to be destroyed. That's pretty good. Way of the Crane, there's a censure for that, so it's the first of 3. There's 2 more censures waiting, I'm sure, or at least 1. Hand sizes is +5 for Crane. Honor is still +17 for. Sorry, +5 for Phoenix, and honor is +17 for Phoenix. Fate's up. Board. Okay, might be equal next turn, but Eugenia's gonna be sticking around a lot longer. Shakuda Shrines pop up. That one of Shakuda Shrine on Unbroken Province, so that's gonna help with favor. Yep, Void Ring, political. Into rally with Gutaka. Oh, no, military. Sorry, military. Which Crane is a fair bit weaker, although it still has Atsuko. So Atsuko by herself can fairly easily defend this. Or even Eugenia with Atsuko's ability, etc., etc. We know there's. Is there one Supernatural Storm? There's a Supernatural Storm available to box for 3. 1 more in hand. Yeah. No reason to take a lot of chances, and since Atsuko is going to be destroyed by Eugenia anyway, whoever claims this ring, so yep, Atsuko defends. Boxes for. She's boxing for. What is she boxing for? Wow, consumed by 5 fires again. That seems really aggressive. I mean, I can. I don't know. I think consumed by way, especially consumed by itself, maybe not. Embrace. Just, I think that card needs to be restricted. One of the 2 pieces of the combo or whatever, and I think the fact that this can be done over and over again and still end up with advantage is a pretty good sign. Although I think this might be going a little overboard, but yeah, he just wants to clear the board every time because yeah, he's only down 1 fate, and now he's gonna have the board next turn again. So now he can use. That's true. He can use Eugenia to destroy the. So it's Eugenia that's kind of fueling that being a kind of an advantageous play. So it gets to kill the kill the only defender for shameful display. At least both consumed are now. Oh no, there's still one consumed to be played from the box. So wow. Okay, so although I mean maybe you just keep tempting to do that with one character with two fate until you have a fate advantage. Yeah, and Crane decides to concede here. I mean I can understand his frustration. But thanks to both players. It was exciting. Exciting first 4 rounds, I'd say. Um, I think Crane had really good tempo at the beginning. Might have pulled it out. But yep, just couldn't quite get over the hump that one turn. I think personally, I mean, I think upholding shameful over going to upholding over shameful, but I wasn't one in the hand, and people just hate to hit upholding. I get it unless they're unicorn. Um, Average Joe is being a little harsh. Phoenix is just exceptionally good. Has a lot of tools you can see for late game and early game and mid game and after the game and when you warm up for the game. There's all the tools. But thanks. Oh, unopposed Phoenix. Oh, thank you. Yeah, 2 honor. I forgot about that too. Um, Thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for pointing out all the things I missed during the game. A lot of fun streaming for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed it.